Nick Cave is de onheilsprofeet van de moderne rockmuziek. Seks, religie en verval. Om minder gaat het niet in zijn muziek. Zijn moeizame communicatie met de medemens maakt hem weinig geliefd bij de gemiddelde popfan. Toch staat hij voor een wijdverbreid levensgevoel in deze jaren 80. Vandaar dat het de VPRO is die een portret van deze zanger uitzendt, gemaakt door Bram van Splunteren.
Achtung!
Ja, van de titel maar gewoon losraden.
It's necessary for me to have some sort of belief that I can walk right through it all and defy all these prophecies about generally what is written about me suggests imminent death and sickness. This is my rich friend's house, not mine. Shall we go upstairs to where I live? This is my room. In. And this is my bedroom. And my collection of German Gothic paintings. My gun. And my desk. My favourite painting. And incubus, or succubus.
In Australia, you used to paint yourself.
Well, I was a failed painter, really. I did 2 years of art school, and the first year I was the top student, and the second year I bummed out and failed, and left with my tail between my legs. One of the problems was that was the stretching of the canvases, which was something that I found incredibly tiresome, so I tended to do the paintings one over the other. So in the end, I had just really one big, fat, thick painting, and maybe it wasn't so good. I don't know. So I've had this bitter. These bitter memories of art school.
What was it like to grow up in Melbourne?
My adolescence there was pretty hideous, but I think it probably would have been pretty hideous anywhere. It didn't. It was only until we fought the big one in 70. When was it? 76 or 77. This is the musical war of punk rock. And it was only then that my life seemed to open up a bit. From a country town called Wangaratta, and was brought up under the crack of the cane and the thumping of the Bible. But I was a choir boy for 8 years there, and there was a certain pecking order in this choir, and you got to wear you started off in a black cassock, I think, and ended up in a purple one, and unfortunately I never got to wear the purple one, but remained just getting taller and taller in a black cassock at the end of the line, which had something to do with the fact that I couldn't really sing solos particularly well, not really having a natural singing voice. And little did the people at the church know, or the choir master know, that I would become in later years a world-famous vocalist. So just goes to show, really, doesn't it?
Inderdaad, een zanger en performer met de allure van Nick Cave heeft de popmuziek de laatste jaren niet gekend. Als de ongekroonde koning van het alternatieve popcircuit torent hij met zijn groep The Bad Seeds hoog boven zijn tijdgenoten uit. In 1980 kwam hij vanuit Australië naar Europa als zanger van de Birthday Party. Een groep waarvan de onorthodoxe, provocerende muziek in die tijd veel opzien baarde.
Being an inquisitive 12-year-old boy, me and my friend attempted to pull down the knickers of a girl in 15 or 16 years old and twice the size of both of us put together. And we were seen by the Miss Harris, who was an old maid, and she decided that we were kind of lost in some orgy of wild sexual degeneracy, and put us up against the headmaster, and the parents of the young girl tried to press charges of attempted rape, which didn't really stick because I was only 12 years old at the time. But I was forced to leave the school and shamed and sent to a strict public school in the big city.
What's the little black book you have there?
Oh, the little black book. This is an album of compiled pictures that I have put together, which was the inside of the Your Funeral, My Trial covers, actually, this is Jesus at the well with Saint Genevieve, and here is a young man watching a woman urinate, and there's something that ties us together. Here's Saint Teresa the Carmelite with her feather, and here is a young woman being tickled by feathers. Yes, this is Saint Rose clutching her breast, and another Rose also clutching her breast. Here's a group shot. Some of them don't go together quite so well. Saint Colette being given a hand from the coffin.
What's this obsession you have with naked women?
I don't know, really. I thought every young man had that obsession. Oh, you know. I don't know. I'm just drawn to them.
The story of why we left Australia is fairly well documented, and I guess coming here as opposed to staying in London is pretty much a decision of just what's a more decent lifestyle, what's a more healthy atmosphere for working with people, and it just fits better. I'd feel much more comfortable here, and there's a lot more to do, getting involved in different areas rather than just being in a band and that's all you do.
Like what kind of things?
Well, getting involved in films and things like that for a start.
Is there some sort of decadent atmosphere in Berlin, as some people think?
I think there is, yeah. Very much so. People seem to conduct themselves in what would be considered a decadent manner, always staying up all night, getting drunk, taking drugs.
Named after him. Immanuel Kant was an amazing philosopher. He said, what to do silent.
He said quite a lot.
Without sound.
Hanging out is not the first thing to do.
So what is?
I mean, that's in Berlin. Is that work? Work.
Right.
That's the new ethic in Berlin. It's work.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
Can you tell something about your working relationship with Nick?
Well, I've got as much freedom as somebody that I'm not. If I would have the ability to say like writing ordinary songs, then somebody could ask me for do this or do that. But I haven't got that ability. My musical education isn't that far into composition that I can just say, okay, I write a song and it goes this chord and that chord or whatever. I haven't got any ideas about that, so I've automatically got some freedom to write something in a way I particularly think it fits into what he wrote lyric-wise. So I can't make up a song by having this chord or that chord because I haven't got the chords at all. Somebody has to tell me later what chords I've played.
But there ain't no place where I belong. Well, all I tried to give you was song after song after song. Well, all the G's I tried to tell you were as distant to you as the moon. 200 years too late, 200 years too soon. I'm tired of your page, I'm locked into the pages of your book. When I am a dusted play now and other children start to take a look. Will they marvel at the miracles that did befall in the heights I did aspire? Yeah, or will they tear out the pages of the book? See like
De Fall uit Manchester is een van de zeer weinige Engelse groepen die zich al jaren in de belangstelling van Nick Cave mag verheugen. Na afloop van een concert van The Fall in de Metropool in Berlijn treffen we Nick backstage aan, samen met onder andere zanger Mark E. Smith.
Well, me and Nick go back a long way, you know. It's just like a mutual thing, you know.
Right back.
It's like when he came over to Britain with the birthday party. They were the only group I really liked, and it turned out we both liked each other's groups. It wasn't before we met we both did like each other. Right?
Do you think that the birthday party in those days and the Fall in those days had anything in common, and what would that be?
Two hugely intelligent frontmen, for one.
No, the thing is,
we were drawn to
the ideas are the same, well, not the same, but you got a literal frontman, right? With a primeval group, you know.
Literal. With the emphasis on evil.
this heavenly body. Scratch, scrape, scratch, scrape, scratch, scrape, scratch, this winning thing. Yak, 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 goes jump bass. There's garbage in honey's sack again. Garbage in honey's sack again. Garbage in honey. Garbage in honey. Garbage in honey. Garbage and honey sack again. Garbage and honey sack again. Garbage and honey sack again. Junk and honey sack again. Junk and can. Junk and can. 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 Can.
Hansa by the Wall, oftewel de Berlijnse Hansa-studio's. Legendarisch vanwege de opname die David Bowie en Iggy Pop er rond 1977 maakten. Maar ook de plek waar een aantal platen van de Birthday Party en de Bad Seeds tot stand kwamen. Actually, some of the melodies of the Bad Seeds are pretty romantic, atmospheric melodies.
Yes, they are.
Which is a big contrast with the early birthday party stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just been drawing out some of the elements that were there in the birthday party that were perhaps quite buried by a lot of other things that were going on. And it's not that the birthday party didn't want to have nice tunes, etc., things like that. It was, I think a lot of the hype surrounding the birthday party covered up some of the things we were really doing. But yeah, Nick seems to be very keen on having very sweet melodies, quite prominent in the music these days, yeah.
When he comes to you with his lyrics, how does it go on from there?
Well, these days, Nick usually is writing the music himself again, which is very good, I think. I'm all in favour of it because I really like the music he writes, for one thing. And just because then it has, obviously has a close relation to how he sees the lyrics being sung. So I'm quite happy with that situation. He doesn't usually come to me with lyrics. He's still quite unconfident about his lyrics and things, and he kind of tentatively shows them to you and gets nervous while you read them 3 times. But I usually like them, obviously, and then I set about really interpreting or realising music he's written. These days, it's what I do. Instrumenting, orchestrating the songs, playing parts, making up my own parts on them, and things like that.
Nick seems definitely to have a pessimistic view on life. Does the band share that feeling with him?
I think perhaps pessimism is verbalised by Nick. He would probably insist that he has a pessimistic view. I'm not sure, actually. But I think he has quite an optimistic outlook, personally. Deep down inside, Well, he keeps going, he keeps doing things. He keeps wanting to do things. I mean, I get a lot of optimism from him anyway.
So where does the pessimism of your last records come from?
Well, I mean, I can't really, I don't see how I can really answer this question, and why it should even be asked, really. I could understand you asking Bruce Springsteen where the optimism of his records comes from, and that it would be that would be something to read, I think. But I think, I mean, I can't understand how this is really a question. I mean, I would just say that it seems pretty obvious to me. That I think that pessimistic records should be treated as the norm and the truth, and the optimistic ones be the ones that are questioned.
Your funeral matter.
It's a bit sad. I think it's got its ass in the garbage can, Berlin. And I mean, the people of my generation, there was an unusually large, yeah, I can tell him exactly. There was an unusually large, get off the fucking road, it's all right? Right, there's an unusually large amount of creative people, I think, from my generation for some reason. I think it was probably because of maybe the 60s or so produced so many morons. But these people, though they didn't really do anything, they had quite a bit of personality, really, and they tended to just spend their lives in bars. And now there's a lot of chicks, for example, at the moment now in Berlin who are really going through quite a crisis, really, in their lives, because they found that they've spent the last 15 years every night in night clubbing, and they don't know how to do any of the more traditional womanly things like cook and sew, and they don't have a steady boyfriend or a husband. They're losing their looks prematurely because of alcohol and drugs, and Berlin's in a state of panic because of this. There's girls sitting on the bar of the X and Pop weeping and to themselves because there's nothing left for them.
I don't like people that just hang around and don't do anything, but I can't say my attitude to life has changed very much since I started doing music again. Like my attitude is as empty-ish as it ever was.
He can make his guitar sound like, I mean, he doesn't use pedals or effects or anything like that, just plugs into any amp, uses any guitar, half the time he doesn't own a guitar. Comes to tour with no guitar. Where's your guitar, Blixer? I don't have it anymore, and he uses the support band's guitar. But he can make the guitar sound like, you know, nothing you've heard before. He's brilliant. He's my hero. We're utterly faithful to one another. I can feel safe in knowing that none of the other members of the group are going to stab me in the back or sully my name, and they know that I would never go against them. I mean, there's a real feeling of unspoken trust within our group. Well, I must say I can really relate to this area of Germany. The aesthetics of the Reeperbahn, or the Ripperbahn as I prefer to call it, do titillate me somewhat.
This is not exactly the landscape of most of your songs.
No? What about Saint Huck? You know, Saint Huck could have come in from the sea, and you know, he enters via water and goes into the lure of the big city. This could be very, very much the place, I think, that he meets his end.
Born of the river, born of its ever-changing, never-changing murky water. Oh, riverboat just rolling along through the great, great, greasy city. Huck standing like the saint upon its deck. Well, you want to catch the fish and bait your hook. Let's take a walk. Oh, come to me is what the dirty city say to Huck.
How about drugs?
What?
Do you use drugs to get certain ideas?
Certain ideas? No.
For songs or for writing?
No.
Like, you know, like Jim Morrison, his idea to break on through to the other side, to...
Oh, no. I mean, no. I mean, particularly that type of stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, no, I don't. No, not much. I have used them, yes. I have. But, I don't want to make a habit of it, you know.
This way and that, and wrapping her in the beaded curtain that hung in the doorway. There she dangled a moment like a limp marionette, then similarly collapsed in a heap at his feet as though discarded by some reckless puppeteer. Douglas Dawes descended the steps and was swallowed by the slow closing crowd, and no sooner had he disappeared than the body of Cosimo stirred and, as if driven on by the numbing narcotic, raised herself to her knees, lifting her right hand a fraction and speaking through a mouthful of blood and teeth. She gurgled, livid, stupid. but the crowd was
The Ass Saw the Angel is de Bijbelse titel van het boek waarmee Nick Cave dit jaar zijn romandebuut hoopt te maken. In een platenstudio werkt Cave aan een geluidsband voor een in Hamburg te houden lezing van een aantal fragmenten uit dit boek. En zo maken zo'n 300 toegewijde Nick Cave-fans in het Hamburgse Schauspielhaus voor het eerst kennis met het levensverhaal van een doofstomme jongen, verstoten door de kleine, streng religieuze dorpsgemeenschap waarin hij is opgegroeid.
Her toes were curling and flexing and moving in the dust. Her shiny pumps discarded by her side. I could have mistaked her for a lesser work, chiseled by the same deft hand that created the marble angel. Sickle and blonde bangs shone bright as the moon that loomed aloft, and deadly still. Beth of stone, spawn of sin, spawn of sin.
The steps in which my book takes can be reasonably, in a perverse sort of a way, associated with the Bible and the life of Christ and the castigation of the different religious sects. And I mean, there was an incredible number of Mormons, for example, that were murdered by vigilante groups in the mid-1800s in America. You know, the whole idea of the more people there are, it's almost by rule, the more people that gather in the one place, the less intelligent they're likely to act, it seems. They get an idea, they get an idea into their heads and they feel that they're supported by a lot of other people, and so they feel they have a license to go and do things that if you stand back and look at them are quite gross injustices, like the persecution of, it's totally against the whole idea of free thinking in America.
You've once said about yourself you may have a persecution complex instead of being paranoid.
I did?
You said that, yes, in an interview.
You're just saying that, aren't you?
No. I just read it this afternoon in one of the English interviews I have.
No, you're just saying that to get at me.
No, I'm
You're just
not.
another one trying to get at me.
That's not true.
Yeah, sure you are.
It's you're talking with
you
the
want to
interview.
hurt me, don't you? Basically, you don't like me, but you don't know why. Same with you and all of you out there. You all want me to fall flat on my ass and fail.
These chains of sorrow, they are heavy, it is true. And these locks cannot be broken, no, not with 1,000 keys. Oh, jailer, you drag a ball and chain you cannot see. You can lay your burden on me. You can lay down your burden on me. You can bring your burden down upon me, but you can't lay down your memory.